a very good evening to everyone. My name is Soumya Mishra, and I am the founder and CEO of MeraTutor.AI. Thank you so much again for joining this conversation, where we will be talking about inculcating the discipline of self-learning in kids using our platform MeraTutor.AI. Let's quickly start talking about the product. And after talking about the product, I'm going to do a full-on demonstration of the product, which will help you understand the product and also help you guide your sons and daughter for going about self-learning using their school recommended textbook. First of all, I want to introduce myself a bit. My name is Soumya Prakash Mishra, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Intellinez Systems. We have a product, we call it as MeraTutor.AI for me, which we are going to talk about in this call. I am a software engineer and a management graduate by profession. And these are some of the details that you see on screen. Where I have studied, where I have worked, what location I have worked, and few of the recognitions of our company and our memberships. I want to turn your attention to this boy out here. He's my inspiration behind building MeraTutor.AI. Shivansh Mishra is my son. He is in grade 8. 13-year-old boy, goes to Manav Mangal Smart School in Mohali, India. That's where we are based out of. Now, ever since he was born to me, I have always taken pride in teaching my son. So, I have been a parent who has been actively involved in teaching Shivansh. So far, he has been in grade 8. He has not yet availed any after-school tuitions. He has been trained for self-learning, and in the process of training him to learn by himself, I, being a software engineer, thought that AI could be a great tool to help my son study on his own. When he was a child, I could invest more time and teach him. But, as I started becoming more and more busy in my work, and I started coming home like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night, I could not find a lot of time to guide my son. And that is where, I thought, how could I leverage technology like artificial intelligence to substitute my effort to make my child confident in his studies? So that's where, MeraTutor.ai came into the picture, and I built it to help my son study on his own, and not only study, few subjects. He could literally study any subject that is being taught in his school. We will learn about that in the upcoming slide. Now, question is, why did I build MeraTutor.ai? What is the reason I built MeraTutor.ai? Because as I write the first point, I wanted to make my child good at self-learning. Now, any successful person out there would always tell you that no matter, how much books you have, how much technology, and if you get in, how many tuitions, you get to the child, the success lies in the amount of self-learning that you put in. So, कोई भी फील्ड हो, चाहे वो engineering हो, चाहे वो medical हो, arts हो, humanities हो, whatever you want to do, you want to go for IAS examination, UPSC examination, bank examination, self-study is the key to student success, right? So I am very sure that I want to build that confidence in my child that he can learn by himself and he doesn't need anybody else. And with technology now, that is completely possible. So make my child good at self-learning. Also, always available guide for my child. Yeah, so that's something that I wanted to build for my child, that if I'm not at home and somehow if he is not able to learn things at school, because parents right now at this webinar would relate to it. हम अपने बच्चों को स्कूल तो भेज देते हैं, लेकिन स्कूल पढ़ने के लिए भेजते हैं ऑफ कोर्स, लेकिन स्कूलों में ना आपको पता ही है कि टाइम बहुत कम होता है, कोर्स बहुत वास्ट होता है, उसमें कई बार छुट्टियां भी हो जाती है। जैसे अभी हम, आई एम फ्रॉम पंजाब, आई एम सिटिंग इन पंजाब, यहाँ पे फ्लड हो गया तो 2 हफ्ते से स्कूल बंद ही हो जाता है, फिर गर्मी होती है स्कूल बंद हो जाता है, तो वो फ्लो ब्रेक हो जाता है। एंड एक टीचर एजुकेटर के पास 40-50 बच्चे एक क्लास में होते हैं, तो पर्सनलाइज्ड लर्निंग कभी हो ही नहीं पाती। तो टीचर आते हैं, 2-3 सम करा दिए एंड चैप्टर खत्म हो जाता है, एंड देन वो स्टूडेंट के ऊपर है कि उसको होमवर्क भी करना है, उसको एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपरेशन करना है, राइट? सो that is a great challenge, and that's the reason parents, what do? They start sending their children to after school tuition. तो वहां पे ऐसे वेदांतु हो गया, बाइजू हो गया, एलन हो गया, ये सब चला हुआ है कॉम्पिटिटिव के लिए। बट इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ग्रेड 5, 6, 7, 8, we are looking for tuition teachers. And the reason we are doing that is because school may definitely there is a problem with quality. Definitely, every class will have 4, 5, 6 students that are very good, but uska reason kuch aur hai. It's not that your child is less than them, but some students have a lot of help from their parents at home, right? They guide them, and uski wajah se they do well in the class. So that is how school system has been from many years, right? So always available guide for my child. जब मैं कहता हूँ I wanted, all round the clock, he has some place to go and ask all the doubts, all the questions that he has, so that he can be confident in his studies. I wanted to say no to tuitions. I don't want my child spending more time after his school going to tuitions, because it's a waste of time. Oh, he goes out, he comes back, there's a loss of time. And after getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, when the child goes to the school, comes back at 3 o'clock, उसके बाद उसमें एनर्जी नहीं रहती है. But we send them to more and more classes, tuition, this and that. I wanted that not to happen to my son. Rather, that time he could invest in learning a new skill. He could go out, play, and that is what I wanted for him, right? So I wanted him to study at home by himself and say no to tuitions. And then the fourth point is building his confidence in the school. That's the key to the future. And this point is very important. Let me explain it to you. You can imagine when you used to go to school, there would be all these teachers who would ask questions in the class. There would be examinations in the class, quizzes in the class, then the term paper, half yearly papers, right? So whenever the students appear for test in their school, participate in quizzes, when they do well, it always does a lot of good to their confidence. And all the good student, the more they get confident by attending those quizzes, and the teacher tell them you are a very good child, you are a very intelligent child, वो धीरे धीरे उनका कॉन्फिडेंस को बहुत ऊपर लेके जाता है. एंड दैट कॉन्फिडेंस दैट दे गेट इन देयर फॉर्मेटिव years in the school, from say grade 1 to grade 12, that confidence stays with them for the rest of the life. So these children who have been doing good at the schools, when they go on to do jobs, right, normally they are also successful in those sphere, because school में उनको उतना confidence मिला हुआ है. So I wanted to build my son's confidence so that he can learn at home, get good at examinations. When he goes to school, वहां पे जब एग्जाम्स होते हैं, क्विज होता है, he is always raising his hand in the class, right? And उससे उसका confidence build हो रहा है for the rest of the life. So that is where self-learning, at-home learning becomes very important. Then I also wanted to build learning discipline and a learning habit for my son. We'll talk about it later. And I also wanted to provide a safe digital learning platform, because if you say my child is going to learn from YouTube, if you say my child is going to learn from ChatGPT, which many parents are doing, and it is good. There are a lot of good content on YouTube, on ChatGPT, on Gemini. But there are also some drawbacks. We can talk about it later, once we look at the product. So I wanted to build a digital platform that is very child safe for my son. And I can be confident that if he is on this platform, no harm can come on his way. Yeah. So with that, let me, ladies and gentlemen, introduce you to MeraTutor for me, which is a smarter and a safer AI learning platform for grade 5 and above. No matter if you are in CBSE, if you are in ICSE, if you are in state boards, or maybe IB curricula, MeraTutor.AI is your 24/7 personal tutor. It helps our students master concepts, finish homework, and prepare for exam, while the parents can track progress in a safe and monitored environment. Yeah, we already have about 50K users across the world using MeraTutor.AI for me. And now let me quickly show you how this platform is designed and how I use it to train my child. Okay, so just give me a minute. I'll just pull up MeraTutor.ai for you. So this is the login screen for MeraTutor.ai. It's very easy to sign up. And once you sign up, let me log in to my system. So as you guys can see right now on the screen, I have shared uh, the dashboard for MeraTutor.ai. This is India's first AI tutor. That's what we call it. We don't call it an AI chatbot, and I'll explain you why when I demo the product. We'll come to this screen later, but before that, I want to straight take you to my courses. So on the My Courses tab. And by the way, this account belongs to Shivansh, who is my grade 8 son, goes to grade 8 in a CBSE school. So he has been using this tool actively. And we will see how he is learning his school subjects using MeraTutor.ai. So on the screen, you can see that I have uploaded the PDF version of his school recommended textbook, like how you can see right now on screen. We'll try to go to one subject that people fear the most, which is mathematics. So here is mathematics for grade 8. And you can see that uh, all the chapters are put the way you see on your screen in a very structured format. Like chapter 1 is rational number, chapter 2 is linear equation, uh, understanding quadrilateral, and so on. Let me click on understanding quadrilateral. And here you can see that his school recommended textbook has been uploaded to the system. And of course, I did it the first time. Now he does it on his own. So all the pages, all the 31 pages have been converted to a PDF file and put in the structured format on Homey. So that is the first thing that you need to do as a parent. And, converting a school recommended textbook to a PDF can be done using many free softwares like Genius Scan is something that I use and we recommend, or Adobe. It just takes you like 5 minutes to convert the school recommended book chapter to a PDF and upload to Homey. There is a detailed video on our website which will tell you how to do that. So once you do that, your child is set for the whole entire year to learn from his school recommended textbook using AI. And I'll show you how. So let's say you are a student and you are trying to learn about quadrilaterals and you are trying to prepare for your exam, right? And you would do that at home. Now, what happens is we have a snip tool here. This is the snip tool, and I'll show you how to use it. All you have to do is click on the snip tool. And once you do that, your school recommended textbook is now ready to provide you answers uh, using AI. So here there is an example, like example 1. uh, I would like to say understand this whole thing because I don't understand from my book. And this happens, right? The child is given a book to read, but maybe as parents, because we are grown-ups, we can do it. But at their level, not every child can understand everything from the book. Now, the only way he or she can understand it is by asking more questions. And for that, we send them to tuitions, right? And the, a better way of handling those problems is using AI. So once you use the snipe tool, you can choose whatever part of the book you want to, like how you can see, and then there are prompts. So here I can say, solve this problem step by step. I can choose this, or I can write whatever prompt I want. I'll show you, and you have to send it to AI. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see that we provided the prompt to the AI, and AI is now starting to answer the question. I'll maximize the screen so you all can see. So we asked this question, solve this step by step, and this was an example from the book. And then, hello, Shivansh, I can definitely help you. So AI understands the name of your child, the age of the child, the grade of the child, and it learns how the child would like to learn, right? And that is how it will respond. So what happens is learning becomes more and more personalized, right? Because not every student learns the same way. AI can understand that. Human teachers will not understand that because they have less time at the school. One-to-one personalized learning is not possible. But using MeraTutor.AI, I wanted to provide personalized one-to-one attention to my son. And that is what you can see. My son can ask 100 questions to the AI in a day, and the AI will keep on answering without getting tired, right? So here you can see it is providing us a detailed step-by-step solution, like it made the child understand the problem. It then talks about the key concept of sum of exterior angle. Then it provides a step-by-step solution. And finally, the answer is X is 110 degrees. And not only that, once my child asks a question, AI is going to recommend more and more questions that the child can ask to the AI. So here you can see, can you explain what an exterior angle is in the context of a polygon? So this question was not on the book, but AI is asking the child to explore this section so he can learn beyond his school recommended textbook. So what is happening here? You are providing help to your child on his or her school recommended textbook. But not only that, with AI, we are showing them these are the other questions that you have to ask to the AI. And that is where learning is going to go to the next level, which is never possible in tuitions, in schools. So this is what I built for my son, and now this is available to everyone to use. So here, what is the difference between an interior and an exterior angle? Why is the sum of exterior angle always 360-degree for a convex polygon? And if you think all these questions, if the child can learn, he's going to learn beyond his textbook, much more than tuition teachers or school can teach, and he's getting prepared for higher level exams like IITs or maybe even the Olympiads, right? So that is what you can achieve on HOMI. Again, you see, what is a linear pair in a convex angles? So it's just, you do a click and you are going to get answers for all those questions, as you can see right now on your screen. Now here is a super feature, which is the notes feature. So let's say I like this AI output and I want to save it for my future reference. All the child has to do is to simply click on notes. Once you click on the note section, here you can see we have a note section for every page, right? If you go to the note section, whatever questions you asked to the AI, you are going to save that in the notes. Not only that, whatever AI output has been provided and you added it to the notes, it's going to be permanently stored to your note section. All these features that I'm talking about is not possible on a similar tool like Gemini, ChatGPT, because what you can see here is that we have built this tool very much curated to the purpose of education, where for every page, you are able to store the AI output, map it for every page, right? So that's what we have done. So I hope this is clear to everyone. So I was talking about mathematics, which which people are scared of. Most of the students are scared of, right? But everything becomes easy when you practice. Everything becomes easy when you have one-to-one mentorship. Everything becomes easy when you have a teacher with you round the clock and you can ask n number of questions without any fear. So that is where Homi is going to be your child's helpful friend. So here you can see that we have this maths exercise, and no matter how complex things are, we can always use Homi to find the answers. For example, question number 4, find the angle of measure X in the following figure. I'm going to simply snipe this and I am going to say solve this, and you can write howsoever you want. Solve this. I just wrote solve this and I'm going to send it to my AI tutor, right? So let's wait for a moment. And just like that, in a matter of moments, we get the answer for the question that we just asked the AI, right? So figure 1, answer is X is equal to 50 degree. And for figure 2, the answer is 80 degree. And then again, you have the related section, which can enhance the understanding of the child, right? You talk about any level of mathematics, including the ones that they use in IIT, like physics, I'm talking about H.C. Verma. Everything is quite easy with Homi. For example, we are trying to understand about trapezium and the child is unable to understand from the book. The child can always select whatever portion he wants the help on and say, make me understand this concept with examples, right? So we send that to the AI tutor bot, and the AI tutor bot will do exactly things that the child wants to learn. So you can see that here we are explaining the child the concept of trapezium using more and more example, like the sailboat keel, the quadrilateral ABCD, and all of that, right? And you can keep on asking more and more questions so that you understand this concept, right? There's a concept of summary also. In the summary, what happens, like let's say you have an exam, the child has an exam next day, and usko jaldi mein padhna hai. All you have to do is like go to the summary screen for any page and click on regenerate or generate summary. Within a matter of few seconds, the system is going to generate the high level summary of every page so that learning can happen faster if they need to. So here you can see that the entire summary of this page has been generated if the child wants to do that. Yeah. Another great feature is explore feature. Based on all the question or all the interaction the child has done with the AI module, you can see that AI is going to suggest more and more good questions to the child. So this is where learning is going to go beyond textbook. All you have to do is like click on the question and click on generate answer. AI will generate answer for you and you can store it to your note, or you can keep on learning more and more things. Like here, you can add it to the notes, right? So this is all about how to use MeraTutor Homi on a complex subject like mathematics. I'll go to another course now. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see that literally for Homi can help your child on any and every subject, right? So ऐसा क्या होता है कि मैथ्स के लिए एक टीचर के पास भेजते हैं, साइंस के लिए किसी के पास भेजते हैं, इंग्लिश के लिए किसी के और पास भेजते हैं. But now what is happening is using Homi, you can teach any subject to your sons and daughter. For example, you see, I have English literature, I have English grammar, I have Hindi, I have geography, I have civics, I have IGCSE physics, I have Hindi grammar, I also have French for grade 8, and I also have computer studies, right? So let me show you one of the subject that we are going to look at is science, okay? So this is again science for grade 8. Let me go to a chapter like say coal and petroleum. So I'm going to open coal and petroleum. So okay, this PDF is not that good. I'll try to come up with a chapter that has a better PDF. Let's go to friction. So yeah, so this is again the school recommended textbook for my son. And what I have done is, like, you can observe that when you go to a system like Baiju, Vedantu, right? They have their own curriculum. But here we are letting parents and students learn from their school recommended textbook, right? Because school have their own textbook, we want the children to use that. That will give them more confidence when they are in school, right? So that's the reason we say you can always upload the school recommended textbook to MeraTutor for me. Yeah. So here, for example, you want to learn about a concept like causes of friction you don't understand. Similarly, you can select that part and you can prompt the AI to say provide a detailed explanation. And that is how you're going to become more and more better learning any part of your book, and even better than your book. So imagine how powerful it will be that you have an AI tutor for your sons and daughter round the clock, right? So tomorrow they have an exam or there's an exam coming up. They always have something to learn from, right? So here you can see that this is a detailed explanation of what we said. And not only that, you can get very creative with AI. For example, here I write, provide me 10 quiz questions so I can test my knowledge, right? So I can follow. So once, Homi explains you the concept, you can ask Homi to quiz you so that you can understand the concept better. Like here, you can see that immediately MeraTutor.AI has generated a quiz question, like what is friction, right? It has given all those answers. In which direction does the force of friction act? All those, yeah. So now the child not only gets explanation, he can also play quiz with the AI tutor, so he can build the confidence. And now I want the answer. So answer this quiz. Yeah. So I'm going to say answer this quiz. So like a good tutor, it's going to help me come up with the answer of the quiz that it generated. Like here you can see that all the answers for this quiz has been generated from my school recommended textbook. Imagine how powerful this can be. Now your son and daughter don't need anybody to learn. They can learn using AI. They go to school, they learn from the school recommended textbook, and that's it. They're prepared for exams. They build confidence. And that's the reason I feel that MeraTutor.ai can change the lives of many students in our country and also globally. Yeah. So here you can see that in this book, we also have the fill in the blanks and all different types of question. Whatever, wherever you need help with, Homi can help you. For example, here there are multiple choice questions. If I select question number 4, 5, 6, which are multiple choice questions, and I say answer these questions. Yeah. So I say that, and within seconds, the AI tutor will be able to provide me answers on the book exercises. And for these things, we were sending our children to tuitions for many, many decades. But now things are going to change, and information has become so easy to access that, going ahead, people will want people to be good on research, because information is going to be very easily accessible, just like how you see right now on Homi. Yeah. So any type of question you want help on, like this whole short answer type, long answer type, Homi is going to be able to help you there. I'll now quickly go over the important key feature. This is how my son has been, using Homi. every day I go to office, I tell him कि बेटा ये chapter आपने आज cover करना है. You have to complete coal and petroleum. I want you to read it. I want you to complete the back exercise. When I come back home, I'll check. So I don't want to be near him because he has homie, and how I showed you, he'll be able to quickly yeah, there are a lot of good questions coming up on the chat. I will definitely try and answer that once I cover, the whole demonstration, ma'am, Sarika ma'am and Tanvi ma'am. I'll do that. These are all good questions. Does this AI as Hindi and Marathi subject also? Yes, we will look at Hindi. Marathi, I'll have to check, but I'll make it available. Hindi chalta hai, ma'am. We'll quickly look at it. You can add quick prompt for children to use like reasoning based question, statement based question. Excellent. We are developing a quiz module for Homi, and in that you will be able to generate a lot of quizzes. That will be releasing like next month. But Sarika ma'am, to your answer to your question, I'm going to show you something that you will love. Okay. For example, we have something called the coach mode. Okay. अभी तक क्या हो रहा है ना, I'm asking a question and then Homi is answering me, right? But we don't want that much for the child. We want the child to think. So how do we do that? So there is a question in the book which is called what is friction? Okay. I'll show you how using coach mode, the child will now be forced to think. So the answer question is what is friction? I'm going to ask that to Homi and I'm going to enable the coach mode. Okay. Please pay attention. I just enabled the coach mode and I'm going to write answer this question. Yeah. And I'm going to send it to Homi. And remember, I have enabled the coach mode. Yeah. So in this mode, what is going to happen is Homi is not going to give me direct replies or response. It is going to ask me more and more questions so that I think about answer and arrive at it. So let me ask a question like, explain me friction. Now you will notice a difference on what will happen. Yeah. So here I asked Homi to explain me friction and the coach mode is on. Now look at the answer. And in the answer, there are more questions. Hello, Shivansh. This is a great topic. Yeah. To start with these statements, best describes the primary. So it's asking what is the role of friction? Okay. And there is a quiz A, B, and C. I have to answer it. So maybe I'll say A. So as you can see, Homi has now started playing quiz with me instead of giving me direct answer, right? So you can see that it's conversing with me. Thanks, Shivansh. It talks about friction and then says, let's reconsider the option. Which statement describes friction's effort on motion, right? So you can see that MeraTutor.AI has something called the coach mode, which is another name for Socratic learning. यहाँ पे we don't give the direct response to the child, but we do more and more quiz with the child, so they will learn much more than what is asked. In schools, what happens? They try to, वो कहते हैं ना घोल के पिला दो, तो वो नहीं होता. यहाँ पे the children are learning how to think, and that is what we want to do with our students, right? So please try coach mode on Homi. You will love this with your child. You can ask it any question. Okay, so Sarika ma'am is saying, I think it should be on coach mode only. Otherwise, children will stop thinking. Direct response is a big threat. A lot of people also like direct responses because when we are learning the first time, children don't have a lot of time. They want to go through all the questions, solve it. After that, as a parent, you give them more worksheets without AI and see what their learning is, right? But I'll take that as an input and I'll make sure that parents can enable and disable coach mode only या फिर direct response. So वो आपके हाथ में होगा. We can work on that. That point is taken. Yeah. So thanks for that suggestion. Now I'm going to show you another beautiful feature that we have on Homi that you will like, I hope, which is when the child is trying to learn, there may be some questions they have. For example, let me take you to another chapter, say on geography for grade 8. Again, I'll go to natural vegetation and wildlife. And when I'm trying to learn about forest, so forests are broadly classified as evergreen and deciduous on the basis of blah, blah. So we are learning about forest, right? We learned about the term evergreen forest, okay? And the child now wants to see or visualize how a evergreen forest looks, ठीक है? So उसके लिए क्या होता है ना, हम उनको फेस यूट्यूब में वीडियोस दिखाते हैं, इमेज सर्च करते हैं. So if you are a parent who is trying to teach or your child is trying to visualize, all they have to do is go and click on image search. Yeah. Rajnish ji, class 12, yes, they can use. They can use. Yes, for sure. It will be helpful. Yeah. So here you can click evergreen forests. Okay. So I'm trying to visualize an evergreen forest. I will click on image and I am going to send it. So what happens right now is the child does not have to go to Google and search. On Homey itself, like a good tutor can show you things, Homey can show your child the images. Like, this is how a evergreen forest looks like, right? And it is showing the child the different evergreen forest, and the child does not have to leave his or her book and go to Google and search for images. And this is a safe image search that we have developed for the child. The child can also add the image to the note section. So, if the child is reading it, he can add it to the note section, and you can take export of the note and print it for the child if required. Yeah. So Gunvir ji is asking, video search is also available, question mark. Great question, Gunvir ji. So if you go to video search, you can, click on video search. And here as a child, I have my question. So I'm going to write evergreen forest learning. Yeah. So I want to learn about evergreen forest. So I'm going to send that to the AI tutor bot, and the AI is going to bring in the best videos of evergreen forest from YouTube without leaving MeraTutor Homey. So here you can see it has found 5 videos. So let us look at those videos. So here you are getting under 18 videos only, types of forest in India. It is talking about all those forests, and you can play it on Homey without leaving. So here you can see that we are playing this video. I don't think you can hear the sound, but I can hear the sound. So I can expand my screen and I can look at the video. I can learn from the video, like how you see it right here. If you guys are liking what you are seeing, please send me a thumbs up on the chat window. If people can do that, I'll know that, I'm going in the right direction. If you like it, please send me a thumbs up video yeah, I see some thumbs up. So thank you. So also you can load more videos, right? So ऐसे में क्या होता है ना, people, children go to YouTube, they try to search for learning videos, and you know what YouTube does to children, right? They show them all the videos they don't have to see, right? They don't want to see, movie ka video and, adult content, and they start showing that to children. So here, those things will not happen. We have tried to build a safe search on YouTube for children, right? And that is why I think, I'm using this for my son, and I wanted to build something really safe. So that's the YouTube search. Not only that, I also want to show you another great feature on Homey, which is the web search. Yeah. So now the child is learning about evergreen forest, and uska question man mein aayega ki where do we find evergreen forest in India, right? So that is not in the book, right? So let me ask, where do we find evergreen forest in India? Which state? Yeah. So I have clicked on web search and I'm going to send this query to the tutor bot and let us see what kind of answer we are going to get. So parents, so I'm going to expand the screen so that you can read it properly. So here, like a good tutor, it is telling me evergreen forest in India are primarily found in regions that receive heavy rainfall and have high humidity throughout the year. It is talking about Western Ghats. It is talking about Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Northeast India, parts of Orissa, West Bengal, right? Now, all this information that you see, I can tell you one thing, that these information have not come from AI. They have come from Google. So if you look at this information, there will be sources that we will state from which websites we have given you this information. Yeah. So let me also ask more questions from the chapter. For example, if we are learning about this, so there is this tiger, right? So my son was reading this and he wanted to know that which tiger reserve is known for unique mangrove ecosystem. So, okay, this was his question. I want to show you. Where in India can we find tiger? Which states in India have tigers? So this is not in the book, but the child is asking, right? And now what Homi has done is it is showing Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Uttarakhand, and all this information is provided here with the sources from which all website it has brought in the data, all that is provided. So you can do AI-based searches from Google on Homi. You don't have to go to Google and search. Going ahead, yeah. Okay, thank you, Tanvi ji. And thank you, Amsa ji, Ritik, and Prashant for giving a thumbs up. Yes, yes, Gunbir ji. So your child does not have to go to different sites to study. Yes, all at one place, safe, secure for your child. Yeah. And then I also want to quickly introduce you. Somebody was asking me about Hindi. So let us look at two difficult chapters here. One is Hindi. These days, our kids find Hindi very difficult. Yeah. They are better in English, but they cannot speak Hindi that well like us, or they cannot read Hindi that well like us. I don't know what the problem is, but that's a real problem, right? Hindi and Marathi. Okay, Tanvi ji. So how many of you parents think that बच्चों को हिंदी बहुत मुश्किल लगता है आजकल पढ़ना पढ़ाना, because they are good. My son is good in mathematics, all, the English subject, but when it comes to Hindi, he doesn't want to learn. I don't know what the problem is. So I'm going to click on a chapter like Visheshan, which is chapter 10. And Visheshan is nothing but adjective. So Hamsa Nandini, yeah, she's saying, yes, true. Yeah, it is true. But what if I can tell you that Homi is going to teach you Hindi in Hindi and English, right? So let us try that. So what I have to do is, like, again, click here. So I'm going to find a question like Pariman Vachak Visheshan. So I'm going to click on the snip tool and click on this. And I'm going to say, explain in simple terms. Okay. And then we are going to send it to the AI bot. Okay. So when we are going to do that, what will happen? You will really like it because we are going to learn Hindi grammar now. Okay. Now look at how Homi has provided us the output like this. Okay. So here you are reading things in English, but also in Hindi, which is way quicker and easier. So as parents, if you are somebody who is trying to teach your child, you will find Homi a great tool for yourself also, so that you can quickly teach them. You know what? These days we come to home at 8, 9, 10. After that, we only have half an hour, 1 hour to teach our kids. So if you have something like a Homi, it's going to be very easy for you to teach your child. Like here, understanding adjectives of quantity and number, it is talking about quantitative adjective, which is Pariman Vachak Visheshan. Ma'am, Kannada, I will have to try. Let us upload a chapter of Kannada. And yes, it can teach in Kannada, it can help you in Kannada, and it's a great use case. Many parents are in Karnataka, they want to teach Kannada to their children, and it is very tough because you don't know it yourself, right? So you can do that on Homi. Let's try that. Here I'm taking the example of Hindi. Yeah, yes. So here it talks about numerical adjective, Sankhya Vachak Visheshan, and then it talks in English and Hindi and teaches you. But you may ask me, but what about Hindi? Does it answer in Hindi? Okay, yes. You have to click on English and you can see all these languages are there. To answer your question, we do support Kannada. I can type Kannada and it will give me my answer in Kannada. We have few Indian language like Hindi, Gujarati, Bengali, Assami, Marathi, Telugu, Urdu, Malayalam, Odia. Yeah. The other international languages are Chinese, French, and all of Hebrew, all of that is there because we also have international customers. Yeah. So I'm going to click on Hindi and I'm going to now show you how it works. So if you are going to go to this page and these are questions, so I'm going to snip this question and answer. So you will see that all the answer will be in Hindi and it will converse only in Hindi with you. So if you are comfortable with Hindi, you can talk to Homi in Hindi. If the child is comfortable in Hindi, because there are state boards and they learn using the state languages, right? Like Kannada and Odia and Bengali. So for those students also, we want to make sure they can use Homi. And that is why you can see we have these feature. Yeah. So you can see that every answer was provided in Hindi. Yeah. So you can try this feature. I will hope you try this and you let us know what you feel. English, yeah, of course, English is there. So till now, everything was in. I'll change to English right now, ma'am. Tamil, yes, I'll try to see we can support Tamil. I think not a problem. We will support Tamil. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's all about Hindi. I'll also quickly go back to my not so favorite chapter, which is French. If some of you have their children learning French, it can be a nightmare, but with Homi, no more. It is a problem. So here, my son has been interacting with Homi and this is how he's learning French in English and French, right? Just like how we discussed, you can learn Hindi. You can also learn literally anything. So this is the French book of my son, and he is able to learn French using Homi. Yeah. Not only that, I'll quickly take you to few other subjects like the English literature. English is very important to learn. So here, let's go to chapter 3, which is Daffodil. And Daffodil is a poem, right? But unlike other chapter, if you want to correctly answer the back exercises, you have to understand the poem, right? So in order for the AI tutor to understand the whole poem, you have to enable the PDF mode. Once you enable the PDF mode, it can understand the whole poem in matter of minute. It can understand the whole uh, uh, literature in a matter of minutes. Okay. So here I'm going to show you, I'm going to go complete the following answer. The poet saw the daffodils as he dash. So I'm going to select this question, right? And say, answer this. Yeah. So now you will see that the AI will be able to answer any question from the book because it understands the whole poem because we have turned on the PDF mode. So if you are teaching your sons and daughter English literature, Hindi literature, I would say that you have to use the PDF mode so that the AI will understand the concept, the poem or the story, and it can help your child. So then, there are related questions like, can you identify any similar in the first stanza of the poem? What does the phrase inward eye refer to in the poem? I'll show you few things that I did for my son on this poem. For example, he had a spelling test. Okay. So I can say, help me prepare for a spelling test. Provide me words to practice from this chapter. So your sons and daughter have a spelling test. You can come to Homi, ask it to generate um, words for your sons and daughter to get prepared for your spelling test. Also, what you can do, you can ask Homi to explain each paragraph by paragraph or each line by line in every paragraph to your sons and daughter. So imagine how powerful this tool can be, because your sons and daughter will have a tutor with them round the clock. For example, here I can ask them, act as a English tutor. How can you help me with this chapter? If I ask, if you don't know how to use Homi, just ask the AI. Yeah. So I'm going to send it to this, and you will see that it will tell us how it will be able to help us. Yeah. So here it has given us the answer. And sirs and madam, you can see that you can use Homi to understand this poem. You can use it as literary devices. It can be used for comprehension and analysis. Like we can work through any comprehension question from the chapter, vocabulary and spelling, right? So I can provide you with the words from the poem so that you can practice and test your knowledge, grammar and writing, right? Preparation for test. It can literally help us on anything. Tanviji, thank you so much. Your words mean so much to me, my team who is present on the call. We really wanted to build something very unique for children, especially in India. And with this, I really feel confident that we can change how education has been so far. Yeah. So here, yeah, thank you so much, Nandini ji. Thank you so much. And here you can see that I can say, help me learn about the first paragraph. So it will explain you the first paragraph, right? So if you are like, a parent, you can immediately provide this tool to your sons and daughter, and even for the first 1 month, be with them so that they learn how to use it. And then, then you have to forget, like, you just have to make sure that they're learning. That's it. But you are not wasting your time teaching them each sum, or, they'll say, okay, mama, you are not there, or papa, you are not there, so I could not do this, right? So we have to grow our sons and daughters as self-learners, right? So here you can see it has explained the whole first stanza to the child in a very detailed format. I'll just stop right there. There are so many things that you can do. It is very, impossible to complete it in this, 1 hour time. We are beyond that. So, I can quickly go back to my courses again. And, I was teaching civics to my boy. And the type of question it shows, when I asked, is India a democracy? It asked me 5 more questions, that what do you think UK is? What do you think America is? What is the difference between democracy and a theocracy and a monarchy? Right? All those kind of questions Omi will ask your child, and imagine the kind of learning they will have. Yeah. So I'll just stop there. Now I am going to show you a very unique feature, sirs and madams. So let me go to geography. Yeah. And I'll go to land, soil, and water resources. And here, like a naughty child, I'm going to ask some stupid question like, who are the top actors of Bollywood? That's a question. And at that age, kids get curious and they ask that, right? So I'm going to ask that to Homi, but something strange happened. You can see, please pay attention. So Homi says, I'm sorry, but I cannot provide the information about Bollywood actors. My purpose is to help you with questions related to geography of grade 8, specifically on the topic land, soil, water resources. Please ask me a question related to current topic, right? But if you ask the same thing on ChatGPT and Gemini, they will answer you. I can do that right now. You can try that. Your child is learning on ChatGPT. You cannot trust your child to learn on ChatGPT or Gemini. Recently, there was a problem where a 16-year-old child in California, unfortunately, the kid committed suicide, was working with ChatGPT for many months, and ChatGPT knew about what he was talking, but it did not inform the parents. So there are loopholes in the current AI systems, which we are trying to fix. We are trying to build a safer system for our children, and we are the gatekeepers, right? So here you can see that it did not provide you the answer. This is a small thing. If I ask maths here, it is still not going to help me with maths because we are on land, soil, and water resources from geography. Now, let me ask it another question, and this will be a more, wicked question like, list me top or, okay, I, I feel like hitting my dog, right? And you can think of any question that the child will ask the AI. Children are going to do it and they will delete it on ChatGPT. They will delete it on Gemini, but they cannot delete it here. Yeah. Alka ji is asking, will it inform the parents? I'm just going to show you that. So I feel like hitting my dog. This was marked in red. The response was generated due to content moderation. I'm unable to respond to this message. It's not going to respond it. Now, what happens is if you go to the dashboard, please pay attention. You will see that on the safe chat alert, there is this warning sign, right? And if you go to the warning sign, you have something called the review flagged queries. So all the questions that the child was asking, it is all recorded here. If it is marked as or flagged, it is going to be recorded on Homi and the parents can check. Okay, so when you come from office, you check their dashboard or you log in from the office and you know what your child is doing on AI because they are so young. We cannot trust our children with so advanced and efficient tools like Gemini and AI, right? They are good, but there are also downsides. So this is where Homi makes AI much more safer for students at that age. So here you can see, like, I feel like hitting my dog. It's critical. Who are the top actors of Bollywood? And, think of anything. It will be here for your review. You speak to your child and you click on acknowledge, 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 and then it is green again. Okay. So I don't want you to hit them or scold them, but I want you to be like their friends, right? And coach them, guide them. Ki, beta, this is wrong. And this you cannot do. You are not allowed to do it, right? Thank you so much, Sarika ji and Nandini ji. Yeah, yeah. So you exactly know what your kid is doing on the digital world. That is very important. So please don't expose them to something like a Gemini. And kids don't understand. They start asking their horoscopes. They start getting counseling from ChatGPT. Those are not good for kids. Yeah. So building a safe AI for student. Quickly, I want to show you one more feature, which is the learning goals, like your fitness app, which can help you form exercise habits. Homi builds learning discipline in kids. So as a parent, you can set the goals for your student, for your children, and say, my child has to learn 30 minutes every day, and he has to ask 5 questions every day. And the learning milestone will be 5 pages. They have to read 5 pages every day on Homi. Yeah. And they will complete all these like 3 times a week, right? So once you do that, right? Once you do that, you will see that the child's effort will be tracked on MeraTutor.AI. right? For example, here I'll show you on August 30th, I can show you that my child, he studied for 84 minutes out of his minimum 60 minutes. He asked 26 questions out of minimum 20 questions that I want him to ask, because more question you ask, the more you learn. That is how you learn, right? Yeah, Tanviji will come to that. The storybooks, we don't have any books. Ours is just a platform. Books you can download, you can get, upload, you can convert to PDF and upload, right? We don't have books as of now, but maybe going ahead, we will tie up with for publishers and get their books. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So here the child has completed 5 out of 5 pages. So I tell my son, every day you have to close all the rings. Like right now, you can see that he has uh, completed about 40 minutes out of 60 minutes. So more 20 minutes he has to learn to close his ring, right? And here, if you come and look at how my child has done in August, so this is how your child has been learning using Homi in August, right? And if your child's learning effort look like how it is looking here right now, you know that your child will do well in her class or his class, right? Because it is all effort, right? So building discipline is important. Homi can help your child, son's daughter, build learning discipline, which is so, so important. It cannot be that exam se pehle 15 din ya ek hafta pad liya, right? It has to be a sustained effort. Yeah. So now I want to show you another great thing, which is the learning activity summary. So let's say my child is learning on Homi and I am at office or I go on tours. So how do I know what my child learned on Homi? If you click on learning activity summary and wait for a moment, so here you can see that on this specific day, like today, what all chapters the child has learned. Like he has for 8 minutes, he has learned science for grade 8. For 2 minutes and 6 minutes, he has done geography chapter 2, chapter 3, English. So whatever we have done in this session on Homi, everything is recorded, right? So what happens is you give a digital device to your child and said you learn on Homi. But what if the child went to YouTube and looked at videos and said, Mama ho gaya, Papa ho gaya? That cannot happen, right? Because we are recording the entire interaction. So the child knows if I read on Homi, I have to read. And these kind of guardrails are not there on other platform. But if you give Homi to your child, you can be rest assured, you can track and monitor everything, right? So here you can see you are getting an AI summary, like what the child has done on Homi today. How many questions he or she has asked, how many courses were accessed, how many coach mode, what percentage they used coach mode, right? How many pages were summarized. If you like this feature, please give me a thumbs up, parents, please. If you like this feature, the learning activity summary, how many of you like it? You can give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Yeah, I see thumbs up. Thank you so much. Yep. Yep. So similarly, if you go to the calendar and you want to learn, okay, on 27th, what did Shivansh learn on September? All I have to do is click on 27th August and I can see my son has learned for 72 minutes Nikunj Hindi Patmala and he learned about Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. So how powerful it is that even if I am not sitting by my son, I know what he's doing on Homi because that is the only source I will tell him to read on. If the chapter is not uploaded on Homi, I'll ask him not to read from the book. Because when I put it on Homi, I can track, I can make it safe. I give him assistance round the clock. Yeah. All right. So similarly, there's a concept of streak. If you close one of the circle, you will get a streak. So, new age children, they love streaks, right? They don't want to break their streak. So this will kind of gamify the learning process and help them maintain streak and, build learning habits. You can have some other cool things like study time last 7 days and total courses. Okay. And you can also look at the trends, like how is the child doing this week versus his lifetime trends, right? So this is basically trend, that are you reading more compared to your lifetime? So my son, it seems that, his trends have gone down because of his holidays. So I need to talk to him. And then, we have these are some, very important to understand that, Homey works on credits, AI credits. Every AI system works on AI credits. I hope everybody understands that, right? So on Homey, you can see, what AI credit you have been using. Every time, we write a question, get answers to the question, we will be using the credit. So like our subscription, this is the top tier subscription. So my son gets like 10 million credits every month. And he has been using about 2.5 million credits. And this much credit is available. I can see the credit utilization in the last 30 days, in the last 7 days, right? I can see all of that information. Using this feature every day, how much credit your account is using, you can see it here like this. So very transparent system that we have built for our customers. Um, so that's everything about credit. If you are on Homey, you could also add friends. Like if your sons and daughter took Homey, you could also add, they can add more friends and they can invite them to the Homey, and they can share courses or get courses from their friend. That is possible. And here you have all the help videos, like you have a great user manual. You have all the help videos. If you come here, you want to explore, let's say, how do you upload, how to scan textbook into PDF for Homey. You have this entire video here. So you can please check this video out and you can start using Homey for free. If you go to my profile over here, you have subscription where you can view plans and you can always upgrade. So everybody, if you already have a free trial account on Homey, you can go to subscription and you can choose whatever you want to upgrade to, and you can upgrade, provide your credit card. We have monthly subscription. We also have yearly subscription. We'll talk about it a bit later. Okay, there are questions. So yeah, so I'll cover that. We'll quickly look. I'm going to share a few of the other things, and then we'll be done with take any questions. If you guys have any question, please start typing so that I can take question if any. So here is, so this was all about Homey, guys. I really hope that you liked what you saw. As a parent myself, I am confident that this can really help your children, get ahead in lives. And I am, going to be there with you. We'll try to build a community of, homeschoolers, of self-learners, those who say no to tuitions and, provide more and more focus on self-learning. I'm going to drive that community, and let's spread the word and, build that kind of a community. It's very important that we teach our students and our children how to learn anything and everything, because by the time they grow up, technology is moving so fast, we don't even know what kind of jobs will be there. So the only important thing to learn is how to learn on your own self. And for that, Homey can be the safest tool for our student, right? So finally, these are some of the awards and recognition that MeraTutor.AI has got recently. We received in 2025 the NASSCOM Excellence Award by Honorable Minister Piyush Goyal. We were also awarded the Trend Makers of 2022. We are the AI EdTech Startup of 2025. We also are the AI Innovation in Education 2025 in Chandigarh. And we also won the National Education Conclave Award on Best AI Product in Education 2025. And finally, in Mumbai, we got the Best EdTech Product of the Year. So these are some of the awards that we did receive for MeraTutor.AI and the other innovations that we have been doing. We are also launching MeraTutor.AI. This is already a global hit. We launched it in Dubai recently, early 2025. We launched it in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and also Seoul last December. We were there demonstrating Homey. And right now, as I speak, there are few users using our product, and there are few partners trying to take Homey at their locations in Dubai and Riyadh and Korea as I speak. Yeah. So this is a few members of my team, and we were at India's biggest edtech event called Didac. We were there talking about Homey and displaying MeraTutor.AI with a lot of educators. We have been speaking to a lot of educators on stage about Homey. If you go to YouTube and search for MeraTutor.ai, you will find me speaking on a lot of topics around education. You can and here these are some of the awards from Piyush Goyal and Kiran Bedi, the award that we got because of our work on technology and MeraTutor.ai. Finally, I'll quickly come to the pricing. This is how the monthly pricing looks like. Tanvi ji, what is the starting age for children to go to the system? I would say at least grade 5, theek hota hai. But if you are a parent and you want to teach them using this tool, I would say go ahead with it, right? Grade 5 and above, they can use the tool independently. They are very smart. उससे जो छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, they might need parental help. So if you are helping them learn, you can use this like a co-pilot for a teaching co-pilot and teach your student, right? Your own child. So you don't need a tuition teacher. You don't need anybody. You just need the parent will teach their child the best way possible. माँ बाप से ज़्यादा अच्छा कोई नहीं सोच सकता for the child. And now with Homey, you have that technology, right? You take it and you start teaching your own child. May it be any subject, and make your child confident. Yeah. So the pricing is, we have a free trial. So you can like sign up for Homey. You don't have to pay anything, but you can use it. But there is only 200K tokens. So maybe you can use it for 1-2 days to understand the system. But if you really are serious, you want to get started, I would recommend to at least go for Pro or the Ultimate, right? So if you are like, grade 9, 10, 11, 12, go for Ultimate. If you are like grade 5 and above, go with Pro. So it only all of the great features that you saw, it only starts at 999 a month, 999 a month subscription, or 1499 a month subscription, or 499 a month subscription. This is monthly. Also, if you go for yearly, you get 2 months free, right? So if you go for an annual subscription on Homey, you have to pay only for 10 months. The rest too is on us, which means that if you are going to pay for the Pro plan, it is monthly 999. But if you go for the annual plan, it will only be priced at 9990, which means you're paying for 10 months, getting 2 months free. That's a great offer. I mean, I do tell you, please go for it and start, teaching this to your kids. Do you provide guidance on IIT and JEE cracking? No, sir, we don't do that. We just have built this platform and we want to like help students learn on their own. We are not into competitive education space. So I think there are a lot of players in that space already. And, we just want people to have good education using MeraTutor.ai. But this can also help the child preparing for that exam. This can be a co-tutor or like a AI tutor. It only costs less than 800 rupees a month, and you can teach literally any subject on the earth, right? And make your child confident. Finally, only for parents who have joined us on the workshop, I am providing you a coupon code, which is INSTDST20. It's going to provide you 20% off on all annual subscription purchases, right? So go to Homey, go for an annual subscription. You are getting 2 months free, paying for 10 months. Also, on top of that, I'm going to give you 20% more discount if you buy or upgrade or by 12 September 2025. This coupon, ladies and gentlemen, would be expiring on 12 September 2025. So, you can go try Homey today, tomorrow, and if you like it, you can go for an annual subscription, and that will help you get Homey at the lowest price possible. And that is what, maybe 600 rupees a month. That is nothing. That is peanuts. So when you go for Homey, I would love to be connected with you over some, community. We'll form a community of self-learners and we'll spread the word. Okay. There are a lot of children waiting around us to start learning the way we saw learning can happen today. Yeah. And for any help, you can call any of these three numbers, 123. We are going to send you mailers. We are going to send you this, PPT. So you will have all the numbers. You can take a screenshot also. Yeah, you can WhatsApp us. You can call us. Yeah. So I am going to, just take a picture if you can. So you can call us on this number, or you can visit MeraTutor.AI and sign up for free.